Hey YouTube, so today I'm going to try making a video with my iPhone rather than my webcam because the video quality is a little bit better. Bear with me on the audio though because it sounds like you're getting more of the echo of my apartment, particularly in this part of it where there's no carpet on it's all hardwoods. So I thought that if I'm gonna be using my iPhone, I think that it would make sense to have the first video kind of be a tour of where I live, because you've seen maybe snippets of my bedroom or my living room or whatever, and you've seen sort of these things, but now you get to actually see my apartment. So hopefully this is interesting for you. If not, I guess you've probably been engaged for maybe 30 seconds. So that's about average anyway. In the entryway here, you can see that my UNC posters that you're probably familiar with from my videos have come with me to Dallas, and on one wall it is the 2005 National Championship coverage, on the other wall it is the 2009 Championship coverage. So it's really kind of like my garlic to keep out the Duke alums, the Duke fans, whatever, but as you can see, that's not changing. Those will probably come with me until they fall apart or they're illegible or whatever. Behind me here you can see some materials for basically storage. I mean, it's like a bookshelf, but books, DVDs, and then all the stuff that I try to collect when I travel. So I have glassware from Barcelona, Costa Rica, Utah, Buenos Aires, so all kind of Latin destinations somehow. But then there's some other stuff I left back in North Carolina that I can bring to add to it, where it's London, Amsterdam, whatever. But yeah, the idea is over here to keep things from my travels, just to remind me, show off, whatever. Not that big of a deal. On the other side behind me, you can see my kitchen. So it's granite countertops, stainless appliances or whatever, way more storage space than I will ever need when I live here, but maybe I need to think about adding some wine glasses or something like that, like basically stuff to entertain, because I don't care if I drink out of one of my 60 beer glasses, but, you know, I guess other people are kind of like, oh, well, I don't have a wine, it's weird. Anyway, you don't care what I have in my kitchen. You probably don't even care what's in my house, but I'm going to show you anyway. The 50-inch plasma TV hooked up to a Mac Mini and my PlayStation 3. And so I actually bought the Mac Mini about a month ago to use in the place of a DVR. And so it'll actually end up paying for itself with all the money I won't be paying for cable by the end of this year. And so this is how I make a lot of my decisions, kind of based off of utility, even though it would be easier to have a DVR and whatever, rather than having to go between CBS.com, Hulu, Netflix, whatever. This is free. The couch behind me is where guests will stay when they come and visit me in Dallas. It's modular, so I can kind of move it around, make a little bit of a longer bed if somebody's really tall, make a wider bed if whatever, like, that's kind of a nice feature to it, and it allows me to maybe experiment with some different layouts when I move. The kitchen area, which is where I filmed some of my videos, you can see the Endless Summer poster that's in some of it, the Van Gogh poster, and then Grandma's old breakfast room table, which is actually Herman Miller and is now considered antique and pretty collectible, because the Herman Miller brand at that time was pretty new, but this really helped blow it up. And so it's nice to have something that's 60 years old from Grandma that's still very modern, functional, and totally works in my apartment. And one thing you may or may not have noticed when I've been walking around is that all of my windows, the blinds are pulled shut except for basically right here on the door. And part of that is to try to control the lighting here, but then as you can tell, it actually looks really perfect right here. I don't really need to turn my lights on almost at all. Like, my apartment right now is 82 degrees, and that's only because I left the AC on when I went to work at 82 degrees. Yesterday it was in the 90s when I got back, so it gets tons and tons of natural light, which is great, but at the same time, that makes it really warm, and it's only going to get hotter here in Texas. I'm going to open the door, show you guys outside. It gets pretty windy, so you might not be able to hear me too well, but I'll just show you what the view looks like from my balcony. And they're actually building an apartment complex. Can't do a video without touching my hair, right? So, at least this time the wind messed it up. They're actually building an apartment complex across the street, so it's actually pretty noisy if I open up the door or open up the windows or whatever, but they're usually done by the time I get home from work anyway. And then this last room is the bedroom, so I would say this is where the magic happens, but no magic has happened here yet at all. Been here for 3 months. There's not much to show you. It's a bed, a desk, the exercise ball that I use for my chair, some dressers, and then I have my closet where it's nothing exciting in there either. I guess I can go ahead and show you that, where you can basically see that I have work clothes on one side, recreational clothes on the other, and that's about it. So hopefully this was interesting, different, maybe at least the video quality is better, if nothing else. But leave me feedback and let me know kind of what you guys want to see next.